Hi folks, and welcome to CGT Prospecting Adventures. I'm your host, my name is Christian. Haven't seen you guys in a little while. Really wish I could say today would be a rock flipping adventure type day, but today I thought maybe I'd give you a little bit of history lesson on the area that I'm in and around here, and how I actually look for ways to begin to look for finding gold and what things I kind of really look for around here. As you can see at the beginning of the video, I showed you this really nice oak tree back here, this big old oak tree. You know, that by the looks of that thing, you know it's been here 700 years or so, easily, if not even maybe 1,000. It's an old tree. It's 3.5 or 4 foot across the base of this old black oak. So, in this area of Trinity County, as in most of California and the west part of the United States, Oregon and Washington and California, experienced a really severe flood back in 1964. It caused rivers to rise 30 feet above flood stages. I know up on the Klamath River it was 120 feet above what the river is today. It washed out a bridge. There's videos where the bridge has got debris sitting on top of the pylons where the bridge used to be. So that being said, this whole area throughout Northern California was really affected. And this area too. I'm right now at a spot called Pigeon Point Campground. It's in Trinity County, right outside of Junction City, just on the edge of Helena. It probably will come up on Helena if you were to look for this place. This campground used to have like 14 campsites in it, according to the records, and in 64 when the flood came through here, it took out almost 11 campgrounds or something like that. I think they've got 6 and a group site now. But that being said, also in 1964, you know that this tree was still sitting here, and it is sitting on top of bedrock. As you can see, all the bedrock right there. And if you look across the river and was to look through there, as I turn my phone around here this way, my camera, and look back across at the same height I'm at, you can see a tree line out there on the other side of the bank. And that's how high the water came through here and just really ripped through here, and it ripped out all this ground. And so when you're looking for areas to start thinking about prospecting and stuff, at least out in this direction or any river in Northern California anyways, you want to remember the 1964 flood, because that flood moved a lot of dirt, a lot of material, and with that material was a lot of gold. Point in case is my yellow bar holes just a little ways down the road from here. That too was created because of that 1964 flood. The water came around the turn, hit some bedrock. It had a sloping bedrock that caused the water to actually get forced back across the river. It's barely 100 feet wide there, but when you're talking 45 feet deep of water rushing through that area, it's very violent, very turbulent, and it moves the material from one side to the other side. And of course the heavy stuff would drop out unexpectedly on the far side because of the speed the river had coming around the turns. So even when you're looking at smaller creeks or rivers, take an account of what happened back in 1964. And even though all these miners were mining all this material back then, there was stuff that they missed. They had 3/8 to almost 1/2 inch slots inside of their sluice boxes and their grizzlies. Anything smaller than that, it fell through and it just kept right on going down the river. So all that material was left out there and has got moved even since then. And if you're around an area where they did hard rock mining, I want you to keep your eye out also to look for shards of bedrock that have quartz on the end of them. Those are pieces that probably got crushed. And if you're seeing signs like that, you're gonna find gold of at least, you know, the pinhead size 100 mesh, maybe a little bit more, but you're gonna find flower gold, a lot of flower gold on the outside edges of where they did hard rock mining, because in 1964 they were letting a lot of material go by. They weren't looking for that tiny stuff back then so much. They were, unless it was the Chinese, I mean, excuse me, they were, the miners then, they were still looking for the big stuff. They wanted that big gold. And they let a lot of the smaller stuff just go right on by. I know I've already found a couple of nice small pickers, a quarter-gram size nuggets on the opposite side of the river from where I'm at, because the river was being thrown. It was being thrown from one side of the river to the other side of the river. And the heavy stuff got dropped over there. The light stuff got dropped on over here. And just, that's the way Mother Nature works. So today's video is really more about just saying hi to you guys and giving you a little bit of a update on what type of things to look for, what I'm looking for when I'm going out into these areas in Trinity County. I just saw a really nice fish just jump out here. I wish I could have got that on video. Oh man, it was right straight through there. It was I saw him. It was a nice sized steely. So one of these fly fishermen out here would be really jealous if he saw that right now. But anyways, when you're out on the edge of a riverbank, look for these large trees sitting on bedrock. Look at the material around the bedrock. And I'm sure if I actually brought my metal detector here, I'm sure other people have too, but there could probably in these crevices here be, you know, just all right off the edge of this moss, and there's a little tear right here. I'm pretty sure you could find a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and it'll definitely be color, because they were not going for the little stuff, and it all adds up. I mean, you know, there's a lot of people out there, they're going to show you all that big stuff, and I'm still looking for it. I am no expert at this. I just love doing it. I love showing you guys ways how you too can do this. And it doesn't take a lot of money. You just need a gold pan, small little shovel, snuffer bottle, and a vial to put it in. Classifier helps, bigger shovel helps, bigger classifier helps, and a sluice helps. And we can just keep going right on up the ladder from there. I mean, you know, how much money do you want to spend on your prospecting, and how much material do you want to move? You know, the more material you move, the more gold you find. So move more material faster, find gold faster. That's how the saying goes. But I enjoy just going out on a great afternoon, having a fun time sitting next to the river. Sometimes I see a bear. That was no fun. Watching an eagle catch a fish on film, that was a fun one. I'm sorry about the cussing on that, but I didn't have a way to edit that out. That was just totally awesome to watch. And then watching the female come fly in afterwards after the male caught the fish. I'm pretty sure she probably had a firing pan hanging in there someplace and was gonna say, give me that food. And you can just see nature going by down the river and people having fun. Just a little heads up, really kind of thinking about maybe doing some prospecting tours for people. I've had a friend come out from the coast that I didn't actually know. Her and her boyfriend came out, and we spent about 5 hours on the river. I sent them home with just under a quarter gram of gold. It wasn't a whole lot, but what they did have was a great time prospecting, learning about prospecting, crevicing, panning, sluicing. And I'm just be watching for some videos later on this year. We might be doing some really cool things with CGT Prospecting Adventures and have some tours. And I've got friends with a couple of claims downriver here, so where we can set up, have high bankers set up with the settling pond and be totally compliant with everything as a patented claim. So we've got some really cool things coming here on CGT Prospecting in this next year in 2020. It's going to be a great year for us. I really expect a lot of good things here. It's not about finding all the gold. It's always about the adventure. Rock flipping adventures, you know. You never know what you're going to find under each rock. You just got to flip it over. So you know, I just want to say thanks for watching this video right now. I'm going to sign off here. I've got a few things I got to do. It was kind of raining today. I was supposed to be at work. Then I got there, it was raining. I get out this way, it's not raining, so I know it's probably not raining back there. So I got some things to take care of today on a job. So for a friend of mine, I got to get that done for him while we're in between storms. River isn't up yet, so lots of creeks to go to and stuff. I've got a little bit more of my gear together for sniping and stuff, and my GoPro, that's on its way to have a better GoPro and be able to get underwater videos. And I'm not going to say I'm going to produce anything like you see on other guys' channels, but what it will be is real stuff, trials and errors, failures and successes. All right, you guys have a great afternoon, great day, great evening, and thanks again for watching CGT Prospecting Adventures. Want to go down the rabbit hole?